Good morning, students. Today we are in part 14. In this part, I am explaining about relative and interrogative pronouns. Relative pronouns. A relative pronoun relates a clause to a noun used earlier. The clause is a subordinate clause and is usually introduced by the relative pronoun. As the name indicates, a relative pronoun relates a clause to a noun which is used earlier. The clause which we relates with the noun is always a subordinate clause, and that subordinate clause usually introduced by the relative pronoun. Who, whom, whose, that, and which are relative pronouns. There are 5 relative pronouns. They are who, whom, whose, that, and which. Look at these sentences. This is Preeti, whose uncle is a detective. That is the official who gave me the form. In the first sentence, the word whose refers to the noun Preeti. It also introduces the relative clause whose uncle is a detective and connects it to the main clause. This is Preeti. In the second sentence, the word who refers to the noun official. It also introduces the relative clause who gave me the form and connects it to the main clause, that is the official. The words whose and who are called relative pronouns. Remember that the relative pronoun must always be placed as close as possible to its antecedent. We should remember to place relative pronoun as close as its antecedent. Antecedent means the noun or the pronoun which the pronoun shows. Now, let us look at the uses of relative pronouns. Firstly, who, whom, and whose. We use who to refer to persons only who can be used with both singular and plural nouns. Who we always use to refer to persons, and it can be used with both singular and plural nouns. Examples: the girl who looks after the children is sweet. These are the students who want to participate in the games. We use whose to show possession. Whose refers to people and things. Whose we use to show possession. It refers to people and things. Examples: Rani, whose house is next door, comes to meet me every day. This is money whose car we borrowed. We use the pronoun whom to refer to the object of a verb or a preposition. The pronoun whom usually we use to refer to the object of a verb or a preposition. Examples: the boy whom everyone liked was elected president of the club. Here whom, object of the verb like. Manu, to whom I gave the ball, passed it on to Muhammad. Here whom shows the object of the preposition to. There has a chance to get confused about using who and whom. An easy way to solve this is to substitute he or she, him or her, or they or them in the sentence. We have to substitute the noun with any of these pronouns. If it fits to the sentence, then we can use who. Examples: this is the girl who helped me. Give me the names of all the people who are attending. Secondly, if him or her or them fits, use whom. If we substitute it with him or her or them, if it fits to the sentence, then we can use whom. Manan, whom we met after ages, was there for the reunion. Anil and Rana, both of whom were excellent, jointly received the first prize. Anil and Rana, who were both excellent, jointly received the first prize. Whose is also used to refer to non-living things. Sometimes whose is used in place of which. Whose we can also use to refer to non-living things. Sometimes whose is used in the place of which. Examples: the moon, whose light dispelled the darkness, shone high in the sky. A rectangle whose sides are equal may also be called a square. Exercise 5. Use who, whom, or whose to complete the following sentences. We have to fill the following blanks by using who, whom, or whose. Before beginning, remember we use who to refer to person only. We use whose to show possession. We use pronoun whom to refer to the object of a verb or a preposition. Now take your pencil and fill the following blanks. Here are the answers. First, Mr. Nair, whom you will meet now, is the director of the company. Second, I know the lady whose child came first. Third, the mechanic who repaired my car is highly skilled. 4. I congratulated Lata who won the first prize. 5. Mona, whose car was badly damaged in the accident, was lucky to escape unhurt. 6. Karan, by whom I was guided, has changed his job. 7. He who works hard shall be rewarded. 8. Brinda, whom we interviewed, now works for us. 9. Omar Khayyam, who wrote the Rubaiyat, was a Persian scholar. 10. I learned this trick from a man whom I met on a train. Now let us see the uses of that and which. We use which to talk of non-living things or animals. Usually, we use the pronoun which when we are talking about non-living things or animals. Examples: the dog which was hurt came limping to my gate. I read a book which was written by Raja Rao. We can use that for both people and things. The pronoun that we can use for both people and things. Examples: this is a model aeroplane that I built. The car that he drives belonged to his father. This is the girl that won the race. It is better to use the relative pronoun that firstly after adjectives in the superlative degree. Examples: this is the best bat that we have. Who is the fastest man that ever lived? And we can also use the pronoun that after words like all, same, none, only, nothing, any, etc. None that was present dared to speak. All that glitters is not gold. Nothing that we said could console her. Exercise 6. Fill in the blanks with suitable relative pronouns. We have to fill the following blanks with any one of the relative pronouns. We know there are 5 relative pronouns: who, whom, whose, which, and that. And we have already seen their uses. So you can use the suitable relative pronouns in the following blanks. Take your pencil and do this exercise. Now check your answers. First, the answer which you gave is correct. Second, this is the lady whose house I live in. Third, have you seen the painting that I made? 4. The main character is a magician who fights for the poor. 5. He who does his best should be praised. 6. She stays in Chennai, which is the capital of Tamil Nadu. 7. Navin is a person whom you can trust. 8. The people who live upstairs are very noisy. 9. They are replacing the machines that make a lot of noise. 10. The man with whom my father shared his room while in college is none other than our principal, Mr. Hedge. We are moving to the next type, interrogative pronouns. In our previous years, we have already learned about different types of sentences. There, one of the type of sentence is interrogative sentence. Tell me what an interrogative sentence means. Yes, it is. The sentence which asks questions are called interrogative sentence. Like the same way, interrogative pronouns we use to ask questions. To ask questions, we use interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns except what have the same form as relative pronouns but are different in function. In relative pronoun, we have already learned about 5 types. They are who, whom, whose, which, and that. In interrogative pronouns also, except what? All the remaining have the same form as relative pronouns, but they are different in their functions. See these examples. Who is there at the door? What did you make for dinner? Which is your file? Whose is this pen? Whom did you find? Here, who, what, which, whose, and whom are the interrogative pronouns. Often, when we ask indirect questions, we use interrogative pronouns. Examples: I want to know who told you to contact me. Ask what this is. Say what you want to. Who, whose, and whom are used only for people. As with the relative pronouns, who is used subjectively. Here, who, whose, and whom are used only for the people. like the same as relative pronoun who is used subjectively. Examples: who left this here? Who baked the cake? Whose shows possession. Whose is this pen? Whose is that house in the corner? Use the word whose carefully. Whose shows possession. Who apostrophe s ask who is. The word whose used to show the possession, but the who apostrophe s is a contraction of who is. Examples: whose chair have you taken? Who is the girl in the pink dress? Whom is used objectively. Whom did you meet at the museum? To whom should he give this bag? Which is used for both persons and things. When we use which, we imply limited choice. Which we used for both persons and things. See the examples. Which do you like, the red one or the blue one? Which is a good book on cooking? We use what for things only. Examples: what did you buy? What do you think? When we ask these questions, we expect the answer to be the name of a thing. When we refer to a person and use what, we refer to his profession or employment. For an example, what are you? The answer will be I am a doctor. Like possessive adjectives, demonstrative adjectives, etc., there is a grammatical class called interrogative adjectives. The interrogative pronouns used before nouns with the function of adjectives are called interrogative adjectives. When we use an interrogative pronoun before a noun, then it functions as an adjective are called interrogative adjectives. Examples: which color do you like? Whose pencil did you borrow? Exercise 7. Use the correct interrogative pronouns or adjectives in these sentences. The interrogative pronouns or adjectives are who, what, which, whose, or whom. By using these, you can fill the following blanks. Now take your pencil and fill it in your textbook. Here are the answers. First, who wants to meet me? Second, whom have you sent for the interview? Third, which car do you have? 4. For whom do you need this? 5. What kind of answer is that? 6. Who brings you here? 7. What name do you propose for the new auditorium? 8. The inhabitants of which continent build their houses with ice? 9. Whom are you considering for the role of Gandhari in your play? 10. What is the color of a parrot's beak? Now, copy all the three exercises neatly to your notebook.